Please describe your job title and primary duties.
All right, so I had several job titles at Chick-fil-A. Primarily, I was a cashier, and that entailed working at the cash checkout, taking people's orders, making sure it was effective, communicating with the kitchen in case somebody had a special order, they wanted it done differently, getting people their change. If they were waiting on their food, that involved bringing it out to them when they sat down or running it out to the drive-thru. Because if the drive-thru is wrapped with a bunch of cars and somebody has a 10-minute order that we have to make, it's way easier to have them pull around and then bring the food to them than to make the entire drive-thru wait. So it involves some logistical issues, some problem solving, but by and large, it involved taking orders effectively and then making sure those got out to the customers as quickly and accurately as possible.
What was the work environment like?
So I thought it was fast-paced, but given the fact that I had really good coworkers, it was a great place to work because it was supportive and really conducive to personal development.
What was your favorite part about working there?
I think my favorite part about working there was just the fact that it was a good entry-level job to give me the experience I needed to get more jobs. So when I was applying for my first internship freshman year of college, I was like, hey, I have experience at Chick-fil-A, I did this, this, and this, and had these responsibilities, and, help me get that. Then I move on up to getting co-ops. But it was a good entry-level position to where I could get experience needed to start moving up the ladder.
Please describe the application and interview process.
So the application process is you basically just walk into a restaurant and you say, hey, do you have any applications? You get a paper application, fill it out, and turn it in. My recommendation would be make sure you turn it in when a manager's there. Give it to the manager and say, hey, I'm Chase, good to meet you. Please consider my application. That way they put a face to the name and they'll consider you when they're reviewing it. I did that. I feel like that was a huge advantage. Then the interview process, if they're considering you, they'll call you in for an interview. You go in the back office, and they'll just ask you some questions about your work experience, why you want to work at Chick-fil-A, and just pretty general interview questions.
What set you apart from other candidates?
I think my personality, I'm outgoing, I'm polite. I got my parents to thank for that, but those are some things they were looking for in their in the interview process, as I mentioned before. I think just eagerness, a willing attitude, those are things they're looking for mostly, because they can teach you all the skills that you need to know for in the restaurant and for the various positions, but who you are and how you'll fit into what they look for at employee, that's the biggest thing.
What other advice would you give to a job seeker looking to gain employment?
Make sure you dress up a little bit for the interview. I know a few other high schoolers showed up and they kind of were wearing this type of garb to interviews. Show that you take it seriously. It's a fast food restaurant, but Chick-fil-A is, I think, at the upper end of all that. They're definitely a market leader. So show them that you respect the position and that you want it.